Set to go. Starting on the mound in this one, Logan Gilbert. Base runners are tough to come by with him out there, Chris.
Well, he's been a very dependable starter for his club, and what stands out for me is that left-handed hitters have really struggled batting below 200 against him, and it just tells me they have a hard time tracking the baseball. Maybe it's the release point, maybe it's the motion, but just some way, somehow, they've got to figure out a way to pick it up and try to have some success from the left side.
Jaron Duran leading things off and takes a strike.
1-10.
One ball, one strike.
The 1-1 is fouled off. And the right-hander deals. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Rodriguez settles underneath it. One away. Okay, let's check out the lineup. One guy leading the way offensively for this club right now, Trevor Story.
And Boog, he's their team leader in home runs, so you know the pitchers on that other side, man, they took a lot of time preparing for him in that pregame meeting. You know, he's got a lot of pop, and it's real pop. It's not fluky at all. He can absolutely change the outlook of a game very quickly, so watch out when he steps in.
And first offering is fouled off. Gilbert, when you talk about his skill set, he stops teams from getting hits. That's the thing that he's so good at. He's just really difficult to get base hits against. Clips the outside corner, and it's 0-2.
Well, he's got power, and he has a reputation of being a strike thrower. So, to his advantage, he can expand the zone.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
Well, this is no secret. That slider is going to be his go-to pitch. Everyone in the ballpark knows it. It's a massive part of his arsenal, and he'll throw it a lot and in pretty much any count, any situation, and he's going to look to punch guys out as well. I tell you what, the effectiveness of that slider is always a big key for him.
Roman Anthony stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball.
He can throw that fastball slightly above the top of the strike zone to get hitters to chase. He can also break it off because when you're geared up for good velocity, it's hard to stay back. You have to make a decision really early.
2 out, space is empty. So what's the approach from an offensive perspective against a guy that doesn't give up a lot of hits?
I think you just kind of have to lean out over the plate and, you know, take your base. But seriously, you just have to try to shorten up. I think guys choking up on the bat a little bit to have some more bat control, be a little bit quicker, and don't get greedy.
3-2 now.
Okay.
Outside, and that is ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Next to hit, Carlos Narvaez.
0-1.
Anthony leads off first with 2 down to the inning. That's out to center field. Rodriguez settles under it, makes the grab, and that's the 3rd out. 1 left for the Red Sox. Now it'll be the M's turn. No score. It's Major League Baseball on the show. Back here with my pal Singy. Now the starting pitcher in this one. It's Walker Buehler.
Yeah, he's definitely had a struggle so far this year, as evidenced by that inflated whip, but he's going to have to find a way to limit the base runners, put his team in a position to win a ball game. So we know he's prepared. We know this guy's a competitor, and we'll watch how he works in this one.
Here's the veteran shortstop, J.P. Crawford. Fought off foul. Check swing in play to the right side. Durant hauls it in, and there's one away.
Batting second.
And now we check out the Mariners lineup. The home run, a big part of the equation when it comes to this offense, Siggy. They're one of the better clubs in the league in terms of putting runs up via the homer.
Yeah, and that makes them even more dangerous because they're going to get their hits, but they're also going to get those home runs and have runners on base, which is multiple runs out of one swing. So, yeah, you really have to try to manage a team like this and keep them contained. You can't give up extra outs, whether that be via an error or a walk.
Julio Rodriguez, batting with one down, takes a strike. Line drive, base hit right field. So a man aboard now with one away. And here is Cal Raleigh. Put that 600 slugging into context. The league average usually in the low 400s. Just missed.
You know, Raleigh made history in 2023. He had a game with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs, becoming the first catcher in Mariners history to do that.
That's a hit. Around second is Rodriguez. The throw to third, not in time. He's safe.
So important to get into the fielding position after you deliver that baseball. That is a scary one. Watch your lips.
Runners at the corners here, one away. In now is the Mariners DH, Jorge Polanco. And that's downstairs. Ball one.
Ball one, no strike.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
Two on, one out.
No, that's low.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
And that is out of play. Runners are at the corners, one away.
Just missed. If he's able to connect on that, look out.
3.
Got him swinging for the K. Puts the tag on him, and it's a double play. Bang, bang play, and the inning is over. End of one, and we're still scoreless. Second inning set to go. And stepping in for Boston, Marcelo Meyer. Gilbert back to work. And a foul ball. Comes up empty as he chases that one in the dirt. Raleigh down to first with it. Gets him. One away on a drop third strike.
Well, take a look at the 3-pitch sequence here. Pretty simple in terms of putting them away at the plate. Once you're ahead 0-2 as a pitcher, you can really expand the zone and see how aggressive that hitter is going to be trying to protect and battle. And right there, clearly he was in swing mode, but all you can do is hope to foul that off.
Here's Trevor Story. Fly ball down the line. Canzone snags it on the run.
Well, those can be pretty fun as an outfielder. Got to put it into his highest gear and go a long way to track that one down. Nothing better than that. You feel like a wide receiver playing football.
David Hamilton now in the box. Comes up empty with a swing there. And it's fouled away. Second inning here, no score. And that
Ball, that
just
misses out.
misses.
Pretty standard high 0-2 fastball right there. If you're smart, you'll look for something down in the zone, but not too far.
He locked him up, and that'll do it. The inning is over. Down in order go the Red Sox. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now it's Randy Arozarena.
He's got pop, which is a little sneaky because he's so comfortable with taking his base hits to the opposite field, but he can jump you if you make a mistake.
Walker Buehler will go back to work. That one misses. 1-0. Arozarena needs just one more homer to reach 100 in the big leagues. Next offering upstairs.
Yeah, and making it to 100 homers would be quite the career accomplishment for him. Out of the more than 20,000 players to take an at-bat in the majors, less than 5% have ever hit 100 dingers.
And it's even up. Right side. And there's one away.
Batting sixth, the first baseman.
So here comes Rowdy Tellez. First offering misses badly for ball one. Inside, just missed. Mike Fillmore, our plate umpire. Very consistent with his zone, Chris. Gets a lot of praise for that.
He does, Boog. And I think that with any umpire, you really just want them to be consistent. Fillmore's a guy that does a good job back there in that way. So people around the league really appreciate his consistency.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And a pop-up, right side, foul territory. Toro makes the catch for the out. 2 away.
Batting seventh, the right fielder, Dominic
Canzone getting ready to hit. Fastball is outside. That one fouled off. Ball to strike. That one missed. And a foul ball. Fights it off. He'll see another. This one in the air. Meyer makes the grab, and that's the inning. Nobody left for Seattle. We'll move to the third with no score. Back at T-Mobile Park. Well, here we go. Top of the third. Scoreless game. Joe stepping in for Boston. Rob Refsnyder. First pitch doesn't find the zone. Refsnyder measures 6 feet even, 33 years old, and he's a native of South Korea. Dives, but it kicks off his glove. No throw, and he's on at first.
Batting ninth, the center fielder.
And next for the Red Sox, Ceddanne Rafaela. That one outside. And that's ball one. Turned on, but foul wide of third. And a 1-1. Swings through that.
Clearly was sitting on a fastball right there. It just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
Chases the fastball up the ladder, struck him out.
Well, it gets talked about a lot, but a good high fastball in a 2-strike situation, it's just become such a problem for hitters in more recent years. But with all of the emphasis by pitchers on developing that spin rate, having a good grip on the baseball, those high fastballs, they kind of look like to the hitter that they're rising, even though they're not, but they're
in there safely.
Well, that right there erases the chance at the inning-ending double play. So good job on the bases to move up on the wild pitch. Changes the outlook of the inning in a pretty big way.
Ref Snyder, the runner at second with 1 away. That's a little bit low. Late on that fastball.
I wouldn't throw him another breaking ball. Try to go again with the fastball, slightly elevated. He just is having a hard time catching up.
Yeah, big swing and a miss. Top of the third, no score. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row. And Chris, that's a way to neutralize his speed by keeping him off base.
And the defense breathes a sigh of relief because he puts pressure on everyone if he can put the ball in play. But that's how you do it. Keep him off balance, get him out of there, and deal with the next guy.
And stepping in for Boston, Abraham Toro.
Went down looking on 3 pitches last time. Let's see if he can be a little more aggressive right here.
Two outs and 1 in scoring position. And that's fouled off. That one the other way. Crawford. The throw to first. And that is the 3rd out of the inning. And the Red Sox leave 1. And we are still scoreless. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. And the batter now, Ben Williamson.
Third baseman, Ben Williamson.
Fouled off. He was late. That misses the zone. Ball 1. The 1-1 is fouled off. One and 2 now.
That's outside.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Curve in the dirt. Got him swinging for the strikeout. Chase the fastball up the ladder for strike 3.
He came out of his mechanics there.
Batting up,
Typically
the
likes to
second
shoot the
baseman,
ball the other
Cole.
way, but that time a little anxious.
Now it's the second baseman, Cole Young. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. One down, base is empty. Strike 2.
Another 0-2 count right here. Pitcher just in the driver's seat. He can go anywhere he wants to go right here.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Ref Snyder makes the grab for the second out.
The batter, number 3, shortstop, J.P.
So the batting order turns over.
Crawford.
Here's the Mariners' leadoff man, J.P. Crawford. First time up was a pop out. That one pushed foul. Ground ball right side. Duran tosses to first. That's the inning. And 1, 2, 3 go the Mariners. And we're still knotted at 0. Back in Seattle, all set for the start of the inning. So stepping in for Boston, Roman Anthony. And that is in for a strike. 0-1.
He's pitching well, but not throwing a ton of first pitch strikes. Usually doesn't work out for success, but you can never predict baseball.
And now the count is even. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Fights that one away, still 1-2. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Cut out and miss, struck him out. So he picks up his 6th strikeout of the ball game.
Well, that was a tough slider right there. He couldn't get a piece of it just to try to keep the at-bat alive. And hitters will tell you that slider, when a guy's able to really tunnel the pitch where it looks like a fastball and then late has really good bite, so tough to lay off of because you've made the decision you don't want to get beat by a fastball, and then you swing and you miss. You go back to the dugout shaking your head.
And there's a ball.
2-0.
And that's in the dirt.
Ball 3.
And that's in for a strike. And the count is 3-1. And that gets the top of the zone for a strike.
Looked pretty good as far as being in the strike zone, but I'm sure as a hitter, not too good with where it was located. Very top of the strike zone, middle away.
Got him. Making 7 strikeouts for him.
Just absolutely rolling on the mound. He's looking very much on his game in the early parts of this one, Boo. Fully on the attack with these hitters.
That's 7 strikeouts already, so he's got a good pace going, no doubt. Meyer batting for the 2nd time, and that's strike 1. And ball 1. He swings and fouls one off. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Swing and a miss. And he strikes out the side for the 2nd time today. Red Sox go down quietly. Still no score. Ready to go, bottom 4. And now it's Julio Rodriguez.
Julio.
The Mariners knew what they had. Signed him in July of 2017 for a little under $2 million. when Rodriguez was just 16 years old out of the Dominican Republic. Fast forward to 2022, for Julio Rodriguez to win the Rookie of the Year, the Seattle Mariners were then compensated with the 29th overall pick in the first round of the draft in 2023. Part of the new CBA, enticing teams to promote their good young players. And that one in the air center field. Rafaela. And he makes the catch. And there's one down.
Up next for the Mariners, the catcher,
Cal Raleigh up next for the Mariners. Scoreless here, but now he's got to deal with a guy who's got some power. Got to be careful when you're talking about a hitter with this type of slug and these type of home run totals. That one's upstairs, ball one.
Way to lay off that fastball up right there. You're looking for something you see well that you can handle, but you also have to keep the discipline so that you're not popping up pitches that are just a little too high.
Next offering is in for a strike. 1 out, bases empty. Swings and misses. It's 2-2.
Threw that fastball right by him, slightly elevated. That's a confidence boost for this guy out there on the mound. See if he continues to climb the ladder.
Swing and a miss. Struck him out. That K is his third of the game.
7.
Good late cut for the strikeout there. That thing really got in on him. And the cutter isn't really a huge swing and miss pitch most of the time because it's not really meant to move a whole lot. You're just trying to miss the big part of the barrel and maybe get some weak contact. But that one right there did a whole lot more than that. That was a really good pitch.
Polanco takes a ball as he stands in for the second time.
Ball, that's low.
That misses the zone, and that's ball 3.
A rare 3-ball count here. He's been throwing strikes all day. Got to be ready to hit if you're in the box.
That clips the corner. And that's outside it is ball 4, and he's on base.
Pretty easy walk right there. Last pitch wasn't even much to
Now
think about.
batting, the left fielder,
Man at first. And up next for Seattle, Randy Arozarena. He's sitting on 99 career homers. We'll see if this is the moment to notch number 100. In there for a strike at the top of the zone.
Well, we call that keyholing. Even though it's right there and looks pretty good, if he doesn't love it, he's not going to swing that early in the count.
He swings and drives one out to deep left field. Out of here! Randy Arozarena hits one out. His 9th homer of the year. Just like that, they move in front. It's 2-0. Siggy, that's a special one. His 100th career home run.
Man, 100 career homers. Pretty impressive. Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time. Took a direct path to the ball. Excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
Tellez stands in now and watches strike one.
1-1.
Base is empty, 2 away, but 2 runs are in. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. That one's in there. 0-2.
No balls, 2 strikes.
Stays alive. That one almost got him.
Straighten him up a little bit.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count.
Fouls it off, still 1-2. Buehler turns, kicks, fires. The other way. Fair ball. Around first, heading for 2. He's there. It's a 2-out double.
Really nice job of 2-strike hitting in that at bat. That was a thing of beauty. He may have been a little behind the pitch, but by getting that barrel into the hitting zone early on in his swing, he was able to meet it and still shoot a line drive down the line and left.
So runner at second, 2 down. And now for Seattle, Dominic Canzone. And he hits a ground ball right side. Throw over to Toro. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. 2 come in on this Seattle homer. It's now a 2-0 ball game. You're watching Major League Baseball on The Show. And we're back. Top 5, John Sciambi with Chris Singleton. And leading it off, Trevor Story. Gilbert back to work. That one finds the zone, and that's strike 1.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Next offering is in for a strike. Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
At the plate, David Hamilton struck out looking his first time. Ball 1, no strikes.
Well, the offense has gotten going, and a pitcher wants to go out there, have a real quick inning, get those guys back into the dugout so those bats can stay hot.
That's in there, and the count even 1-1.
He's gotten into a really good rhythm, set down 7 in a row. He just wants to get the baseball and deliver it as quickly as possible. Keep the momentum going.
On the ground, throw over to Tellez, and that quickly 2 away.
Oh, I think the key, I mean, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or 2 is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
Ref Snyder, the next to hit, takes ball 1. Fastball for a strike. Up the middle, finds its way through, base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
Now batting, the center fielder, Cedon.
Dominant
Rafaela.
performance for him today, Boog. Just 2 hits allowed so far, no runs across either, and he's had an answer for just about every hitter he's faced. So I don't think this hit is going to knock him off his stride too much.
2 outs, runner at first. Cedon Rafaela up next for the Red Sox. Pitch misses inside, and that is ball 1. Ref Snyder off of first with 2 away. Swing and a miss, and it's 1-1.
Wow, no fair right there. I mean, that slider didn't move till the very last moment. Incredibly difficult to pick that up. Just going to have to tip your cap on that pitch.
Right through there for a strike.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
That one out to right. Canzone towards the line. Tracks it down for the out. And that is that. 1 left for the Red Sox. They're still down. It's 2-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Here's the third baseman, Ben Williamson.
Williamson.
Headed towards the corner. And it stays fair. Makes the turn and heads for second. And he's got a leadoff double.
Waste no time there. With a pitch away, that's exactly what you want to do with it. Drive it the other way. And right there, just barely able to keep it fair down the line for the double.
Runner in scoring position, no outs. And stepping in for the Mariners, Cole Young. And that one wrapped foul.
Well, these Mariners, digging into their numbers, have to be happy with the swings they're taking. They've hit 7 line drives already, and even though some of them have been for outs, there's nothing wrong with delivering consistent, hard contact. That's almost always going to lead to positive results.
Foul ball, still 0-2. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again.
Well, you can't really adjust your game plan for that last pitch. Guy hasn't thrown it very much. You got to focus on the stuff that he's throwing up there most of the time.
In the air, left field, down the line. Fair ball. Headed for the plate. The throw in. It's offline. The run comes in, and they lead by 3.
Picks himself up an RBI. Just a bloop hit behind third right there, and that's a really tough play for a third baseman or shortstop to get to, and the same for the left fielder. So he just found a perfect place to drop that one in right there. And now they've got some speed on first, so we'll see if they try to get him into motion.
Here comes the skipper out of the dugout, and he's ready to make the move. Walker Buehler will depart, and he's not going to be happy with himself. New pitcher on the mound in a moment.
Now pitching for the Red
Garrett
Sox.
Crochet gets the ball now.
Number 35.
Still pretty early in the ball game,
Garrett
so this bullpen has some work
Crochet.
ahead of them. Best case scenario might be if he can come in here and get several quick outs, kind of bridge the gap that starter left for him.
Now here is J.P. Crawford. 0 for 2 in this one. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. The high heat, too much on that one.
With that kind of velocity and elevated
Now
fastball,
batting,
even
center
if
fielder,
it's still in the strike zone, can be tough for hitters to get on top of.
And up next for Seattle, Julio Rodriguez. 1 for 2. Singy, you got to appreciate a guy who's this good defensively. I mean, watching him track balls in the outfield, it is beautiful. So how much does his speed factor into his ability to go get it?
It's heartbreaking for the hitter because off the bat, he thinks this ball's going to get down. Because of that speed and the ability to make up so much ground, he enters the picture and breaks a guy's heart.
Here comes the 0-1.
Ball.
And that one fouled off.
There's one guy that I can think about, Boog, who started as a third baseman, Alex Gordon, and then became an elite perennial gold glover out in left field for the Kansas City Royals. But he's a guy, when you watch him play, you would imagine that that's all he ever played in his life was the outfield.
2-2.
Helpful.
Yeah, some guys just have instincts, right? I mean, that's the way it goes. We talk about Larry Walker, the Hall of Famer, and his instinct on the bases, despite the fact that he didn't play a ton of baseball as a kid. Remember Mark Kotsay was a real good defensive outfielder. Good instincts, not great speed.
Yeah, and I figured you would get Kotsay into this because you had a free dinner at his house the other night.
That is true. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Well, he showed a lot of conviction with the fastball there, not just because of the velocity,
Now
but
batting,
also the
catcher,
ability to command it on the inside part of the plate. The last thing you want to do with 2 strikes is just get too far in there and it gets away and hits the batter. So when I see a 2-strike fastball bunch up a guy like that, it tells me there's a lot of confidence in that pitch.
Raleigh in the box now. No balls and a strike. Foul ball. Fans another, and that's 3 straight strikeouts. But they pick up 1 run on the RBI single. It's now 3-0. You're watching Major League Baseball exclusively on the show. Back at T-Mobile Park, now batting Jarren Duran.
If there's nobody on in front of him, a single for him many times is a double. This guy is off to the races, ready to steal a bag when he's on first base. And it really looks like these hitters have been in between with their timing today. Good fastball, excellent slider, but they've not been able to commit to one velocity and stay there.
2 strikes.
On the ground right side. And a quick out, number 1. And next for the Red Sox, Abraham Toro. Toro, 28 years old, and he was born in Canada. Right through there for a strike. One down, base is empty. And that misses. Now 1-2.
What's a good pitch there. Really had some run and finished a little up and in just on the edge. And that's one of those, if you swing at it, hit a broken bat as you drive back to the dugout.
Chris, 3rd time through the order and a couple of quick outs for the starter.
Yeah, he's been very frugal today, economical with the pitch count.
2 down, base is empty. And stepping in for Boston, Roman Anthony. He's 0 for 1. Rolled to Rowdy. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Red Sox go down 1-2-3. Still down 3-0. Bottom of the 6th, and here is Jorge Polanco. First pitch, not close. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Luis Guerrero, the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Whitlock warming up as well.
Ball 2.
Next pitch misses outside. 3 balls, no strikes. And there's a strike. Swings and misses. Full count now.
3-2.
And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. Fouled off, and they'll do it again. That one misses.
Nope.
So a leadoff walk.
Well, a great back and forth in that at bat. He had to lay off some really close pitches, and somehow Boogie found a way to keep the bat on his shoulder right there. I'll tell you right now, I couldn't have done it.
And now for Seattle, Randy Arozarena. He had a big swing back in the 4th, a 2-run homer, and that helped them get the lead.
And what a swing it was, Boog. Poetry in motion. And those are the type that you hardly feel when you connect with the baseball. Just so smooth, a great feeling off the bat.
Fouled off down the right side. Runner at first with no outs here.
Oh, one.
That's a bullet, but it goes foul. The 1-2. And down on strikes. He's notched 4 strikeouts now.
Well, I love to see guys compete, and I know he's frustrated that he wasn't able to do anything with that pitch. You see it so well, but you have to respect the upper 90s velocity. Man, it is hard to catch up to.
Here's Rowdy Tellez. Fought off foul. Snap throw to first. Polanco back in his stomach. Next offering is fouled back. Got him swinging.
Well, I'm not sure what he was waiting on right there. He got the changeup and still late on it. You rarely see that. It almost makes you think that he was trying to set the pitcher up. I mean, if you can't catch up to the off-speed stuff, there's no way you're going to touch a fastball.
Canzone stands in here, leaves that one off the inside. That misses, and that's ball 2.
2 balls, no strike.
And a base hit right there. And now 2 aboard. Ben Williamson up next for the Mariners. Right through there for a strike. Two on, 2 outs. That one lifted to left. Ref Snyder puts it away, and that is that. Mariners leave a couple, but they're on top by a count of 3-0. Back in Seattle, top of inning number 7, and now the catcher comes up to him. Carlos Narvaez. As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers.
Changing speeds has this lineup completely off balance in this one. We've seen a lot of mistimed swings, and it's been a challenge for these hitters to get their rhythm right. This pitcher's done a good job of disrupting the hitter's timing with the mix of pitches and changing speeds. You want to keep that front foot inconsistent for the batter. Their swings are hesitant, and that's exactly what you want on the mound.
Pitch misses. Now 1-2.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
Chases that one out of the zone. It is 11th strikeout, and this one really racking up the whiffs.
Well, that's the money maker right there. 2 strikes, slider down and away from a same side thrower as the hitter. I mean, that's just tough. You're looking to protect with 2 strikes, and very difficult to lay off.
Marcelo Meyer up next for the Red Sox. Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. One down, base is empty. in the
1-1.
dirt, and the count is 1-1. And that
Ball
one
that
upstairs. Foul ball there. Two now. Got him looking. Now it doesn't strike outs for him in this one.
Well, he's going to have some thinking to do when he leaves the ballpark after this one. That was his third strikeout, and this one looking, obviously, so he's been a little overmatched. He's got to find a way just to be more competitive up there at the plate.
Story in the box here lets that one go for a ball.
Ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes.
Next offering is in for a strike. And that is out of play.
Instead of letting the hitter get his arms extended, tied him up a little bit, slightly up, slightly in.
And that's a little bit high. 3-2 now.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
3-2. The pitch is outside, and ball 4.
One of the things about that 2-out walk, the base runner over at first base is going to have a very aggressive secondary lead. So a ball down the line or into the gap will produce a 2-out RBI, and those are the best. That is, if you are the offensive side of it.
Counts 1-0.
In the dirt. Pickoff move to first.
Safe.
And that drops in for a strike.
Goodness, I think he just took the best pitch he's going to see in this at bat. You don't get many like that in that location. I don't know if you take that pitch against any pitcher out there on the mound.
Way out front for strike 2.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter.
strikes.
Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
Hamilton tries to check his swing. Now a look to third. Nope, he held back. Still 2-2 after the foul ball. Story off of first with 2 away. Just missed.
Great RBI spot here. Just got to stay focused on the pitch. The runner will be in motion, so something in the gap should definitely score him.
And a swing and a miss. And that's that. And the Red Sox lead 1. They trail it here 3-0. And we're back, bottom of the 7th, and stepping in for the Mariners, Cole Young. Here comes a pitch. And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a ground ball. Oh, wow. Nice play. Not in time. He's safe. Number 40. He's forced into the game at shortstop due to the injury.
Number 40,
So a man at first. Here's the shortstop at the plate. J.P. Crawford. On a line out towards center. Rafaela pulls it in on the run.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself it's about the
batting,
process.
the
He did
center
everything
fielder,
right there.
Julio
Nothing to show for it. But in your
Rodriguez.
mind, you have to convince yourself that it was a very good at-bat.
Now the number 2 hitter, Julio Rodriguez. Right through there for a strike.
If I'm at the dish right now, I am aggressive over the heart of the plate. This guy's been filling up the strike zone, so you know you're going to get a good pitch to hit.
One ball,
and
one strike.
as nasty as his stuff is, you might as well take all 3 swings.
Line drive, and it goes just foul. Next
Ball, that's
pitch
off
is
the plate.
outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes the count. Step off, throw to first.
He's in there.
And he's back in safely. Next
can't
offering
lose, boy.
upstairs.
So here we go. Base runner at first, could be running on the pitch. He's got good enough speed to steal the bag to get in scoring position, even if it's a swing and miss at the plate.
On the ground to the
That ball's
left.
foul.
And that's just foul. He goes down looking.
Really good battle right there. And that final pitch probably could
Now
have gone
batting,
either way.
catcher,
He was hoping he'd get
yeah.
ball 4. Instead, the umpire
Raleigh.
rings him up for the backwards K.
Now the catcher up to hit, Cal Raleigh. He's one of the best players in the game. He was late there, strike 1.
Good pitch right there. Anytime you can get one by a bat of this caliber, especially with runners on, it's got to give you some confidence out there on the mound that you can win this battle.
Good eye in that spot.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count.
Here's a high fly ball out to center. Rafaela under this one. Brings it in, and that'll do it. Mariners leave 1, but they lead at 3-0.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
Mariners.
back, and a new arm on the mound to start
Number
the 8th.
64.
Casey Legumina.
And he's had his struggles so far this year, as you can see the inflated ERA. Looking to bring that down a little bit right here.
So digging
Leading
in,
off
Rob
the box, the
Refsnyder.
left fielder,
He's 2
number
for
30,
2.
Rob Refsnyder.
Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. And now it's even up.
1-1.
And a fastball in there for a strike at 91.
It's been tough for the offense so far, but you can't get frustrated. You got to find a way to shake it off, go up there and relax. That's the only way you're going to be able to put runs up on the board.
Cuts on it and misses. That's a strikeout. Slider got him for strike 3.
That slider wasn't even close to the strike zone, and he got him to chase. That's just a bad approach right there. Either he was looking for something else and got completely fooled, or he was sitting all over the slider and just couldn't resist the temptation. But, man, really expanded right there and didn't have a chance of making contact with that pitch.
So up next, Ceddanne Rafaela. And that gets the inside corner for a strike. Next
That's a
pitch
ball.
misses, and 1-1. Swing and a ground ball, base hit right field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.